I said Alex Munziashvili was your coach or trainer for beginning, but right now your coach is?
Sergey Udovik.
And he is former arm wrestler or?
No.
No. He's what's his background? Weightlifting, some just strength training theory or?
Strength training and wrestling.
Wrestling. Okay, and so he makes your training program not so much about specific exercise, but more about.
He consults me in some ways.
Different ways.
But I think that it's just my opinion, but as an arm wrestling, specific, I don't think you need a coach. I think you know enough.
Well, the main thing is to stop me, someone, because all of us want to set records. We cannot stop. Well, every time after pulling, after sparring, I cannot wait my 3-4 days for my joints to rest. Yes, that's very important. And there should be a person who stops you.
Yeah.
That's the right thing. The person who stops you.
Yeah, for sure. It's not question that Ivan needs someone who will say how to choose exercise or about specific exercise.
Can you turn light on?
It's more about training intensity. It's more about maybe some overall training amounts and things which do better for recovery. What you do for some specific things for rehabilitation or recovery? Do you do some massage or I don't know, shotgun therapy or cold
sauna
or some physical therapy?
Well, actually, I do not believe much in all those things.
Yeah.
I go to sauna maybe once in 2 weeks. Well, sometimes I use ice, especially after sparrings and after hard workouts. If there is any information. Massage, I think it doesn't help much. Actually, maybe a little, but the main thing is time and maybe sleep quality.
Do you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, because it's speaker off, so I don't know why.
So you don't believe in sauna and cold and anything, but you still do a little.
Well, I use them, yes, and also yes, I use them, but I do not believe much in them.
Yeah, of course, it will not make you great champion, but always sometimes some small things can make a big difference as well, and that's true. Like sleep and your diet and training, and that's more important than other. What's your diet look like? You do specific something, or you eat everything you want, and your weight is more or less stable all the time?
105 kilo.
Well, actually, I won my first world title in 100.
Yes.
And that year, I won 110 at Russian Nationals, but I went to 100 for the Worlds. And
was it 2009 Italy?
Yes.
2009 Italy,
yes.
I remember.
Janis beat Hadji then. Yes. I
remember because I won my first Worlds that year, and Ivan won first Worlds, so I remember that well. and same as me, Ivan has won 4 times, and same as me, so quite similar.
But I think you won much more Europeans, right?
No. I not
he
competing.
Skipped most of them.
Yeah.
Because I didn't skip, but I was not in my good shape. All of that, except last Europeans. Every time there are only 2 months after nationals, and my arms are very bad, and I always was not successful then.
And when you won your first medal, your first podium place in the WAF, in the World Championship?
2008.
Canada,
yes, and
2008 final with Ionchescu.
You were second place on Chescu, yeah. So I did that before you. At least something I did.
Where did you win your first medal? Oh, medal, you mean? Okay. 2007?
WAF, yes, 2007.
Yeah. Third place, was it with left arm or?
Yeah, with left arm.
Yeah, I remember. With right arm, you were what, fourth?
Fourth place, yeah.
Yeah. I think it was Bulenko and Lubomir and you. And with right arm, left arm, Bulenko first, Lubomir second, you third.
No,
with the right.
2007, I think, in a Valve,
Yes.
it was Liliev. It was Liliev.
No. Left arm.
Or left
Bulenko.
arm. Bulenko.
Bulenko, Lubomir, final, you third, with right arm, Arsen Liliev.
Arsen Liliev, Lubomir, and Hassan.
Janali Hasanov and you.
Hasanov.
Now, look at Raymond is checking.
We will believe him. We'll believe him.
Yeah. And when did you first time you compete, like European Championships, World Championships? When was your first experience?
Ivan.
No, we are interviewing with you.
First international experience.
Yeah. I mean, European and World, that type of international,
2008, Europeans, Norway.
It was the first time, huh? Wow. You beat Taras there.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. And before you, in your weight class, around your weight class, there was like Klimenko, Muriev, those guys were the top guys, about like 90 kilo, 100 kilo, yeah. You ever pull them? You ever pull Klimenko or Muriev?
Well,
they were before your prime.
No. Well, I never beat Muriev left hand, but I beat him many times right hand. In those years, in some competitions in Russia. He always beat me with left hand.
His left arm was better, yeah.
Yes, and Klimenko, I pulled him only once in the final of Russian Nationals 2004. I was second, he was first, and third was Kostanov, Valery, maybe.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
Valery
Kostanov, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And why you didn't go? You were second place. Why you didn't go to the European and Worlds if you were second place? You pulled probably 90 kilo, right? Because the year that you're talking about, the year that he beat Taras Ivakin in Poland Europeans and the South Africa World Championship. He was 18 years old and he won the seniors.
I think no money, no.
Okay, no
something like that. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I want to talk about trainings again, because that's what many are asking, and about some weights. We already, you said about rolling thunder, 115 kilo. Maybe you can give some other example of your strength achievements, or some biggest lift. I don't know, it's popular, like some biceps curl with bars, or sitting biceps, or dumbbell, or something, or side
wrist
pressure,
curls or wrist curls, or something.
Yeah, some results, kilos. Just maybe we will hear some incredible numbers.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That's a diversion.
Dennis is calling. Yeah.
What are you interested in? Well, speaking about side pressure.
Yeah.
One rep for statics, maybe from 80 to 100 kilograms.
From side vector?
Yes. If we talk about static and about my peak.
Yeah. But you talk about cable, right? Like double cable?
Yes. No double cable. Real weight. You may have a look in my Instagram. I did a static hold.
I have seen. Yes.
In statics, maybe 90 kilogram, maybe 100 kilogram. If there is some motion with statics, yes, maybe it's closer to 80, maybe 85.
I have a question. Like, how do you pull the weight from side? Because I never seen you doing this without the cable. How do you do the side pressure? Because the gravity works to down there. How do you pull something from the sideway without cable?
It's cable system.
Oh, this is what I'm asking. Yeah, but
you should go to Ivan's Instagram.
Yes, cable system. I didn't get you right.
Oh, okay. So is it like there is a single pulley? When it's single pulley, it is the same. Like it is like 100 kilo is the same. You feel 100 kilo.
Yes, it's a single pulley, and I check it with a special
scale.
You You can go on his Instagram and
Okay. So whatever you press here, whatever you mention here, is it the actual weight that you are actually pressing?
Yes.
Okay. This is what I was asking you. Yeah. It's an incredible number from sideway.
It is. What about biceps? Because I remember when Vitaly Laletin was preparing for top 8, he said he was doing some biceps exercise, and you did some suggestions for him to do something, and he said maybe you are even stronger in that move. What your best lifts?
Well, it depends on the exercise.
Of course.
So it's difficult to say. I think that what exercise?
For example, sitting curl with bar, which
everyone's so famous now. Yeah.
Yes, actually, I do not like this exercise much, but I think I can. Yes, it's maybe 100. Yes, I will do 100 for 2-3 times, maybe around this.
So you prefer with cable system and dumbbells better?
Yes, and if we talk about bubble, maybe a very short range. I like very short ranges.
Mm-hmm. I remember you were doing a pull-up. You were doing very short. Yeah.
Yes. Well, that was not a good example of technique.
Yeah.
Most of the weight went on my elbows, right?
Yes. But, you improved it, huh?
But actually, I like this exercise more than what they do now, sitting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was thinking that the short range of pull-up, that shorter range pull-up you can do if you put your feet, your front, and then actually face to sky. You understand, up, and then even if it's short range, it won't be on your elbow, because you will be like this, not like this. Yeah, I remember we were discussing. Remember, I had a web page, enginterzi.net, Ivan. You remember there? Yeah. I remember you from there. Maybe that is how we beginning of the program. You said that we were chatting by Skype. Probably it was around that time, 2007, 2018, probably. Yeah, I remember. And then I remember you after that you started saying that advice that it's side pressure is the main thing that every arm wrestler should have. You still think that way?
Well, actually, I wrote a diploma on this thing. Subject. So, what is more important in arm wrestling? Well, I took 12 or more pullers for world level, some for maybe a national level, and some beginners or different range of pullers, and tested them for some most typical motions in arm wrestling, and made some statistics, and so it showed that most important, as we all know, that it's wrist and fingers together, as it's the main limiting factor for all other things. And after that, no matter you are a top roller or hook puller, it goes side pressure.
Yeah, because pinning pressure.
Yes, and only after that you may help this side pressure with
back pressure.
Back pressure, yes. Those pronators and
supination. Yes.
Just wrist curl and side pressure.
Yeah, pinning pressure. But the pinning pressure can be like depending on supination or equally supination and pronation, or mostly dominant with the pronation. That is what is, when we say the outside puller and the inside puller, this is like when you are more dominant on the pronation and press, you are outside puller. When you do a hook, I see that you are not just like totally supinating, but just going a little bit like also the sideway. Do you even train your pronator, Ivan?
Yes. I do some exercise for Toproll, but
which you never use.
Well, actually, I can beat all of my students. Many, I think I can become second or third in our nationals if I top roll.
Just top roll.
Seriously? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I like hook more actually.
Just
Because then
give
you
me a
get
favor.
number one.
Just give me a favor. When you go training next time, when you do table training with your students, just film a few of them before I die. I want to see you top rolling and then put on Instagram story. I want to see how you top roll.
Yeah.
Well, I have such photos in Instagram. I pulled in 2012 against Zelimkhan Zankarkhanov.
Yeah, you top roll him.
Well, in some of the matches, I went here, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And I wrote, that is maybe once in 10 years I go top roll.
Yeah, it will be interesting.
If no one expects, that's going to be dangerous. Yeah, if no one expects that.
Yeah, you have tall forearms, So, I mean, if you would really, really try and totally focus on top roll, I think it would be a good top roll as well with such a hand control. But as you said, you choose inside, so you develop your power there,
Well, actually, I like hook very much. Hook, triceps, long fights. I enjoy them. I find them, I like them. But I understand that with years, it's becoming, I have more and more pain. And if I want to pull till the end, I don't know how long will I live, I will not be able to pull in hook. So, and as I see, most elderly pullers, they can pull top roll and king's move, but they cannot pull hook, most of them. So I think
what's king move? You mean going under table?
Sorry. I know your position.
What's your position? I want to hear your position.
Well, actually, I think that if the shoulders are above the table, it's okay.
Same position. Same.
I like hook. I do not like top roll so much, but I like top rolls.
So you say top roll is cheating?
No. I like top rolls, but I do not like this technique.
Krasimir told us the same. Krasimir told us it's like, yeah, but we need to know who's stronger, so we go in hook.
Yeah. I'm asking him, who is better, pound for pound, 75 kilo Arsen, 75 kilo Zolev. And he first answer of Krasimir, if they go hook, I was like, there is nothing like that.
Well, I watched. It was rather funny.
Yes.
Why would they go hook?
Yeah. And what's your opinion about 75, 78 kilo Arsen? Do you think would top roll Zolev, or do you think that Zolev would hook him?
Well, I think it depends on the year. Well, in some years, Zolev was very strong. In some years, he was a bit less strong. But that Liliev at Nemirov 2007.
Yeah.
I think he would beat any Zolev in 75.
In same weight, yeah. Yes. Do you think that like 2005, I took his hand. 2006, was it the Georgian guy that you beat in 2012? Brazil, Janis in the final.
Nikola Matyashvili.
Yeah, the 2006 he took Zolev's wrist. Eventually, Zolev beat him in strap, but he took. Then you took his wrist, and then Janali Hasanov took his wrist, and then Plemen, and then Tautiev. Like Zolev is incredible. He is legend. I would put him easily for top 3 ever. But he time to time had problems. His hook was much above his weight, much above. He was 75 kilo. Just bring 90 kilo hook puller. He would pull head to head. He won the 75 kilo Canada. After the tournament, he beat first Krasimir and then the Babaev. Both were heavier than him. But about the top roll, he had some problems against the good top rollers. So whenever I think this way, and then whenever I realize that the top rolling ability of Arsen Liliev's best shape top roll wasn't any less than mine or Janis's. It was incredible. So I'm just thinking that he would probably take his wrist. That's what I believe.
Very possible, yeah.
Yep, this is what I'm thinking.
Adri was very strong those years. I think I pulled him first at Russian Nationals in 2009. in the open category. I was 110, and
Was
he was
75.
75. Yes, and well, he had a win. Actually, I managed to go under the table and to beat him, but that was a foul, and I could not beat him without a foul. Actually, he was very strong then.
Yeah. Incredible guy, incredible. Yeah, but whenever you see him, he pull him with John Brzink.
Him as well.
He wasn't so effective, Like whenever I was thinking that, probably John was too heavy for him. What was it? That 2015 A1 was it?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I was just thinking that he would trouble him a little bit more, but probably because of the weight difference, John was probably there 100 kilo probably in 2015.
I think that John is very uncomfortable for Hadji.
Yeah,
his Toproll is one of the worst for Hadji. Well, as well as reliefs actually.
Mm-hmm. But do you realize that Hadji first put him in hook, and John took him from that position and easily beat him, It was, it is hard because Hadji has strong forearm and probably John has even stronger forearm. So Hadji's forearm cannot dominate John's forearm, I think John, to be effective against John, you need to have incredible pressure, just like joint pressure, like Krasimir applies, or maybe even the way you apply. But, it is hard to play forearm games with John. He's stronger. Have you ever pulled Arthur for training or anything?
Arthur Makarov?
Yeah.
You mean me?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I haven't.
Have you ever seen that guy? I have seen Arthur show me a video that he's pulling with the 110 kilo guy. I think it was Russian national champion in a tournament, but I don't remember where. It was like more than like 2-minute match. They were like head to head and
inside.
In hook. Yeah. And the guy with big arms, I forgot his name, and Arthur said he was 72 kilo. The reason I ask because I have never seen that guy losing in hook. Have you seen Arthur losing in hook? After he became a senior puller.
Irakli. Today I saw a video about a young Georgian Irakli. I do not remember.
Zarikashvili.
Yes. And in this video, I think he's stronger in inside also, not only outside. He just.
It was more pulling and not.
No. He stopped him here, and from there he went and took his wrist.
Yeah.
He didn't stay inside. I don't think. Mm-hmm. I don't see. You are saying that Irakli beat Arthur inside?
Not inside, but with side pressure. Also.
Yeah, because he had the pronator control. So once he moved this way, like he didn't stay in Arthur's wrist didn't handle it.
But he stopped Arthur in hook because Arthur managed to curl, but Irakli stopped him. So that's why I think that he was also strong there.
I think he had the pronator control, Ivan, like here, like pronator control.
I think it was.
Yeah. And then he went out with the pronator, not to arm like this with the supination. But he had the bicep strength probably to stop him. The guy is strong. What do you think about that guy? You think that this guy will have problems for other guys in the future? Do you see the future with that guy, Irakli? People like often write that Irakli cannot even win his weight class. Why is he so much popular? Do you think that we are extreme about him to see a bright future about him, or you also see that
I think he has all chances to become one of the best.
Yeah. I realize that people who understand arm wrestling has the same opinion about these kind of things, but the people just looks, he couldn't even beat the skinny guy. Like, how can he be so good? What skinny guy is Akhtaev, and it's not about the size. Do you really consider yourself, with the guy with the huge muscles, Ivan?
Sorry, once again.
Do you consider you are 110 kilo puller? Do you consider yourself with the guy with the huge muscles? Do you think that you are a guy with the huge muscles?
No.
No, this is what I am saying. You don't have to have huge muscles. Do you remember Fazino? I think that Fazino's bicep wasn't more than 37, 38 something. He had a very, very small arm. Like there are many guys like the Kevin Bongard and Tautiev. Yeah, the guy wrote there, like why do you think that in a few years, Irakli can beat Zole while he's so skinny? And I asked him, did the Tauti have like huge 45 biceps? Just you don't need to have a huge biceps, And another question. Krasimir yesterday wrote to me. I wrote there that Aktaev didn't have chance against Arthur. If they would meet before Arthur and Irakli, I said Irakli would win, because like it is not possible to Aktaev to beat Makarov. And then Krasimir wrote there that, are you serious? You think that, like Aktaev cannot beat, Makarov inside? Do you remember, Raimons, in last year in the World Championships, we did an interview, and you were thinking that, how about Mazgan Shamiev? He's just so fast and something. And I told you that there's no way. Do you remember or not?
I remember, yeah.
Yeah. But did you guys see the Mazgan Shamiev with that speed and against Arthur? No way. Arthur took him off from the table, So I'm just saying that Aktaev will hit, but he will be stopped. And when he's stopped, I don't think.
It's styles.
What do you think, Janis? What do you think?
Yeah, what I'm thinking is that we are talking about lightweight arm wrestlers, and everyone is watching and like, what you are talking about?
No. We are just
75. I don't know any of them.
No. We were talking about Zole.
Ivan, you know what we are talking about? So
I am sure he knows.
Are you watching lightweight arm wrestlers, or like usually those who are 100? They're watching only 100 and over 100, or those who are
since Zole, he is watching all the lightweights. Trust me.
For the next one.
Yeah. So what's
well, I watch it, but not always actually.
Yeah. Same as me. Not watching the 110 kilo guys.
Only when Janis and Engin is pulling, then Ivan is watching, like not those young. Ivan, I want a question to Ivan. Ivan, you said if you had list, maybe first one would be Geranov on your list. You would like to pull. Who else? Maybe you would like to pull if you have a chance. Maybe super match. Maybe to meet on a WAF. You have some 2-3 names. You really like. You would.
Well, in WAF, I would like to pull everyone. Actually, all of
under WAF rules.
Yes.
Under WAF settings. I've done WAF settings with doping control.
Under WAF doping control.
Yeah.
Yes. I think that I will have some chances against everyone. I think. Maybe many pulls will beat me, such as how to say. Well, actually, they beat me when I went through the world. Yes, Tsvetkov beat me. He was really uncomfortable. He had so thick hand, actually, and he really top-rolled me. But I'm not sure that my wrist was healthy after Laletin, because Laletin injured me a little, and it was 5 months later, so I'm not sure. But still, he beat me. Well, I'd like to pull Ziranov. I'd like to pull maybe Marcio Barboza, maybe.
That would be good match.
Todd Hutchings versus Ivan Matyushenko.
Yes. He will be uncomfortable for me, I think. Maybe I will beat him with my speed, but in strength terms, he's very good inside pressure, so he will be dangerous, I think.
You say this if he comes to WAF or outside of WAF?
No, I mean everywhere. Well, I don't know. Maybe Angarbayev, Prudnik, never pulled against. I never pulled against Prudnik. Then who else? Maybe Krasi again.
You and Krasi always great matches, both even left arm, right arm. You had.
How about you pulling against Kochak? How do you see your chance?
Well, it depends on my health. If I feel good, I think I will have good chances. Does he pull left hand?
No, he was pulling in youth. He even won the Youth World Championships. but for some reason he didn't compete even the nationals with left arm.
I think he will be a good. It will be a good match. I don't know.
When you say like you have good chances, what does it mean? Good chance, like more than 50? It means.
I have good chances against Kochik.
Yeah. What does it mean?
I think it will be a good match. It
like
depends
50-50?
on my health. Yes. If I manage to get to my peak side pressure, which is around, so to say, 100 kilograms, if I manage to do it, I think I will hold him. I can hold him, and then it will be. It depends. It will depend on stamina. But if I'm not healthy and my side pressure is around 70 or 75 kilograms, maybe he will beat me in hook. So it depends on my shape. When I went to Worlds in last year against Ziranov, I didn't have 100 kilograms. I had around approximately 80 kilograms. So it was not my top form. I didn't know that he was there, actually. It doesn't matter.
You thought it will be enough with 80 kilos to win a WAF. When was when you think you were the strongest, your best shape ever? What year? What match? Which tournament?
Maybe A1, 2013.
When with Krasimir, huh?
Yes. But maybe last year it was approximately as then. I don't know. My left hand was great in 2015. 2015, yes, it was great. So,
what do you think about in hook? Once you hook, you are controlling your opponent's pronator. Do you feel that you have weakness on your own pronator in hook, or you feel your pronator is good to block the opponent's risker?
You mean when we are in hook?
Yes, you are in hook. And then I see that you are isolating, just your opponent's pronator, everything with your wrist. And do you think that, if the guy is isolating your pronator as well, do you think that, you are more vulnerable on your own pronator? Because it is like once you hook, it is hard to get out of your hand and you are really blocking the guy. And then usually if you lose, you are opening from the, not this way, but mostly like this way. But maybe it is I misremember.
Well,
maybe
that's a difficult question, actually.
Yeah,
I think that it is not pronator, but it's called this movement. Yes. So it's more not like pronator, but it's like.
Through supination and ulnar.
I know. You are applying this.
Yes,
but
I think it's rather good. I have this motion I'm rather strong in this motion, I think. And,
no. You are very good about this. This is not what I'm saying. But if the guy is doing the same thing to you, do you think that your pronator is as strong as your supination?
I mean, if he does so, that means that I am weaker in this movement because we in a hook match we stand like this, yes, and the person who
applies more power stays at top. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
So. Well,
but to stay here, also you need to have a solid, pronator that because the guy is trying to do same thing to you at same time, and then don't you think that your pronator needs to support your movement?
I don't think it's pronator. I think when I lose, it's because my side pressure is not that good.
Enough. Okay. So your technique is only depending on your offensive power. If you have enough offensive power, you're gonna beat the guy. If you don't have the offensive power enough, then you're gonna lose. This is what you are saying.
Not because I in some years I was also good in defensive position. also.
Yeah. And what does stop your opponent's wrist movement that you're doing to your own? You're doing against your opponent, this one, and then the guy is trying to do same thing to you. If the guy has here this very strong pronation, if you cannot do this, what is stopping you? Don't you think his pronator is stopping you?
Well, actually, not many. You are talking as a top roller.
No, not top roller. You think that
not a hook.
You think that in the hook, like for example, I see that Hajimrad in the hook, and then I see like sometimes Rustem is pressing. It looks like it's on bicep, but there is a little bit resistance here that doesn't allow the arm to go to this way.
My point of view, maybe not my point of view, but my style of pulling. In my style of pulling, I think that the main thing is not pronator here, but this wrist strength. If I manage to control here, my hand will not go.
Okay. Yeah, what happens?
It depends on my and my opponent's, my hook opponent's strength. So that's not my pronator will hold here, but my wrist.
So you do your wrist, and then your arm doesn't turn this way.
Yes, that depends on my wrist mainly.
So if you apply enough offensive pressure this way, and then he won't be able to put pressure here. This is what they are saying. Yeah.
Yes.
I understand. That is why I said that you are mainly dependent on your offensive pressure against your opponent's pronation, and because you put in a lot of pressure here, he is not having chance to put against your own. This is what I understand from what you say.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is the truth.
You have some secret exercise how you train this movement? You have some secret exercise how you train this movement?
I hardly hear you, Janis.
Yeah, we can hardly hear you, Janis.
Secret exercise for this movement.
Yeah, show all the secret exercises, please.
Well, different variations of this with straight wrist and with curled wrist.
With the strap, strap going from here, different here.
Well, just put somewhere, cable from the end.
Yeah.
And this way.
Same.
Before you were talking also about your students and that you're doing some testing for students. Which one is I don't know, best or strongest student, or someone who has achieved some good level? I know like Maxim in 75, what's her name? Maxim Filipov. Yeah. Is he your student?
Yes, I help him in his trainings.
Yeah. And your training group is also Maxim Chersky is from your group too?
We're just friends. We started maybe the same year. Well, I have some national level students, but not world and European level.
So who is your training group? Like you said, Maxim Chersky is your friend, but are you from the same, like both from Moscow, like around Moscow?
Now he lives not in Moscow, but he used to live in Moscow. And some of my students compete for his team at nationals. Some of his students go to my club, and we train together. So